Welcome back to another video. This is a disused railway walk video. I'm Ant, this is Trekking Exploration, and today I'm walking the former Leeds and Thirsk Railway, opening back in 1848. It lasted until 1969. Beginning today just outside of Harrogate, we'll be following a huge triangular junction around to look for the beautiful Nidd Valley Viaduct. That is a stunner. It's one of my favourites that I've ever seen on a photograph, and I'm looking forward to finding it before pushing on towards Ripley Junction, Ripley Valley Station, and then some very rare footage of Hampsthwaite Station. So join me back at Harrogate and we'll begin this lovely voyage of adventure. So I've picked up the route coming away from Harrogate. This is the Nidd Valley Greenway. We've got Bilton Junction coming off down here, and there's also Dragon Junction before that. So that's what's down here. And it was effectively a giant triangle. That's it, and then I forgot the word then. So if it went in the opposite way, it's off to the right, on the line towards Knaresborough and York, then that would be Starbeck North Junction, I believe it's called. So if you've done this before, or you're going to come and do it, it is accessed right behind Asda, right in Harrogate town centre. And so far it is a very nice surface going forward. I kind of asked where Dragon Junction was. There's also some sort of engineering sidings behind factories. We've got the line heading off towards York, just pop you around there, and you can see that down there. Now the other track bed, well, we get to pick that up down here. Go down the steps and we'll head on around towards Bilton Junction. So we'd come away from the active line just here and proceed along in this direction. So a breakdown of the routes, let's overlay with a map. So we've got Bilton Junction coming away from Dragon Junction. Now the highlight of the route for me, I believe, is going to be the Nidd Valley Viaduct. That's a mile or so beyond the junction. And then we keep going north, that the track splits in one direction heading further north towards Ripon and beyond, but there's also the line to Pateley Bridge. Now on the Ripon line there was Nidd Bridge Station. Not going to get to see that today because we're going to take the route of Pateley Bridge, where it was Ripley Valley Station. I think that was a single platform. Not sure what we'll get to see of that, if anything remains. Then the bonus at the end of it is Hampsthwaite Station. Single platform, private residence. I did have the opportunity to visit this, so you're going to love that. So let's proceed on, but first of all look for the Nidd Valley Viaduct. This curve between Bilton Road Junction and back towards Dragon Junction seems to go on for an absolute age. I feel like I've been walking left for ages. I can just see the, you might as well just see it there, look. See the trees in the background? Well, that's the line that would head off from Bilton Road Junction off towards where Low Crimple Viaduct is, and I'm hoping to get time to go and look at that and make an additional video to look at the Low Crimple Viaduct. There is still Crimple Viaduct as well. That's the larger one of the two, still in active service. Let's see if I get time to fly the drone around that as well. Still going around the curve. I've been on it for about 7 minutes now. See the other track bed just over there? Look, we can walk that, so I will do that on my return walk back down when I've completed it at the far end. But Bilton Road Junction should be pretty much around there. Here we go, Bilton Road Junction. See, it says Starbeck just there, so that would be Starbeck Junction just down there. As I said, you can walk down it, look, and I will be picking that route up in a hunt for Low Crimple Viaduct a little bit later on. This way we've got Bilton Lane down here. I believe there's parking facilities here too if you want to come and visit, but not far down there, around about half a mile, should be seeing the main event of the Nidd Valley Viaduct. So here's Bilton Lane. Look, we've got a nice little map. So that's where I began. And there's that super long curve that I followed back that way. We'll be doing that later towards the Low Crimple Viaduct. I'm going to walk up there to see the Nidd Viaduct, otherwise known as the Bilton Railway Viaduct. We're on an extremely high embankment on both sides, so we must be on the approach to this viaduct. Some pylons ahead, but I'm hoping to get the drone up and about it. Some remains of ballast down there, quite evident all the way along really. Now it looks like I'm going to safely pass below the pylons. The viaduct is probably about another 3 or 4 minutes walk down. It's a hefty chunk of wood. I thought it was going to be a coping stone when I first saw it, but no, it's a big fat tree trunk. I would like to see if I can find a way down, to be honest. It's looking nigh on impossible on this side. You see the River Nidd down there, look. Very tranquil down there, I love it. Let's go and take a look at the other side and see if we can get to the bottom. There we go, look, from the other side. Now, one thing that is lovely is there's actually a nice bench just here, look. So you could take in the view and the tranquility. There's quite a few people around. It's quite extraordinary. It's not looking likely I can get down there, but maybe a bit further along I can. So here she is, completed in 1847, and the first train went over a year later in 1848. It's grade 2 listed. It's 104 feet high and over 400 feet in length. It's an absolute stunner, and it's in such a beautiful location. Look at it, you've got this water flowing, the River Nidd passing straight below. Look, that is one of the best viaducts I've seen in such a picturesque location in such a long time. So after the line closed, the viaduct was clearly saved. The line closed in 1969, and when it was grade 2 listed, it was then turned into the Nidderdale Greenway for cycling, horse riding I believe, and also walking. I'm so pleased it did, aren't you? It does consist of 7 arches, 7 huge arches. Look at the size of those piers sticking out just here. It's constructed of gritstone, which was sourced locally. I think most of it was actually quarried out of this very valley. 3 of the spans do cross the river, and I'd love to see how high the water does actually get here. There is evidence of it coming up this high, look, so you're down there with the river level now. But you can see where waste has been deposited just there, can't you? This is beautiful. It was quite a steep drop to get down to it, but I'm glad I made the effort. But we've got to leave it behind now. We've got to press on a little bit further north and head off towards where the next junction is, Ripley Valley Station, and then also Hampsthwaite Station. Honestly, the scenery is simply breathtaking. You got the trees starting to change colour now. The weather is absolutely fantastic. It is Wednesday the 26th of March, so almost Easter, almost April. Clocks go forward in 3 days too. A beautiful yellow appearing in the hedgerows and bushes alongside the track bed here, which is giving me fond memories of the railway line between Scarborough and Whitby. It's got plenty of that bustling yellow around the line at Ravenscar on either side of that. So this here is Ripley Junction, and further up that way, if we could carry on, that would take you off towards Ripon Nidd Bridge Station. Now that opened in 1848. Originally that was called Ripley Station. It had 2 platforms and it carried on until I believe the 1960s before the station closed completely. So leaving Ripley Junction behind, next up is Ripley Valley Station. That served Ripley and Killingly for a number of years on the route towards Pateley Bridge. I hope you pronounce it like that. Until about 1951, there was only a single platform. I believe this line was largely single track. And finally, as we approached the end of this walkable track bed and leaving the site of where Ripley Valley Station was, next up was Hampsthwaite Station. That lasted until 1950. Single platform and single track on its way towards Pateley Bridge. Now then, I had an opportunity to have a look at this station. It's largely inaccessible to the public, but there is a way of doing that, and you'll see very shortly. And in July 1866, Hampsthwaite Station opened, consisting of 1 platform. That is just there to my left, lasting until January 1950. It is now private residence, and I'm going to respect that by not going up there to where the property is, but there's all manner of things on this site that has been kept as is. It's absolutely brilliant. None other than this signal behind me. Now this signal was one of 4, and it came from the remodelling and the re-signalling at Scarborough. And this signal was right beside Falsgrave signal box. That is where the old Falsgrave tunnel is that leads off to the former line towards Whitby, and that's, as I said, at Scarborough Station. And it's brilliant that it's still here, isn't it? But it doesn't just stop there. Look at this. This is an old van, an old wagon from probably what, the 1930s? It's brilliant, isn't it? And it's really been kept with how it was. The best part about it, you can actually go and stay in there. Do you want to take a look inside? It's really quite remarkable. Look, you've got this living area got the bed, the bunk up there, some lovely chairs, and the decor is absolutely fantastic. Look, it's like a TARDIS. It's much bigger inside than you expect it to be. The original station clock up there, look. How about that? Hampsthwaite North Eastern Railway, 1866. The date on there, look, you see that? It's impressive, isn't it? And the bathroom on the inside. Isn't that just lovely? And on the outside again, look, it is brilliant, isn't it? The paintwork, the way it's been rebuilt and reused. It's got all the markings on the side. 12 ton, 619. Someone wants to tell me what that is. And also, see if anyone can work out its date or where it was built from this number. It's really good, isn't it? It's all manner of things to look at, and it's being kept in a brilliant condition. So you can book this. I'll put a link at the end and you can come and stay in it. It's definitely worth it for 2 or 3 nights. But just remember, this is a private residence, so it's not one to just come and wander down. That was a fantastic way to end the video at Hampsthwaite Station, wasn't it? I just love the fact that that signal from Scarborough, when it was re-signalled many years ago, where the tunnel is and the signal box, it's just been preserved and erected inside Hampsthwaite Station in the garden right beside where the track bed is. I'm now going to head all the way back over the Nidd Viaduct and off towards Lower Crimple Viaduct and look at the track bed leading up to that. I think we lose it for a little bit. There's a big Sainsbury's store, but I think it's still called Station Road or Railway Road, so I'll pick you up a bit further down there. And here I am back at Bilton Road Junction, just shy of where I began, closer to the town centre of Harrogate. Now I'm going to push on towards Starbeck North Junction and go and search for the Low Crimple Viaduct. That's been abandoned for quite some time. Don't think you can walk on it, but if you want to see it, then join me in the video that follows this one. Thank you very much to everybody following, subscribing. Please join them, don't miss out. Hit that notification bell underneath the video so you don't miss out on future videos. See you in the next one. Much appreciated. Bye for now.